Imagine a vibrant underwater garden, teeming with life and bursting with color. You swim through this world, mesmerized by the flowing tendrils of seemingly delicate flowers. But wait, these aren't just flowers swaying in the ocean current. No, they are something much more fascinating. Welcome to the secret world of sea anemones. As a marine biologist with over 20 years of exploring the depths of our oceans, I can tell you that sea anemones are among the most captivating creatures you'll encounter. But don't be fooled by their appearance. They may look like harmless flowers, but they are actually cunning predators with fascinating lives hidden beneath their soft, colorful exterior. Sea anemones belong to the class Anthozoa, closely related to corals and jellyfish. There are over 1,000 species of sea anemones, ranging from just a few centimeters to nearly 2 meters in diameter, found in oceans all around the world. From the sunlit shallows to the dark abyssal depths, these creatures have perfected the art of survival in some of the most extreme environments on Earth. Like their cousins, jellyfish, sea anemones possess stinging cells called nematocysts. But unlike jellyfish, they remain anchored in one place, waiting for prey to come to them. When a small fish or shrimp brushes against their tentacles, snap, the nematocysts fire tiny harpoons filled with venom. The prey is paralyzed almost instantly, becoming an easy meal for the anemone. Sea anemones are far more than just stationary predators. Beneath their seemingly simple, flower-like appearance lies a world of complex relationships that showcase nature's remarkable ingenuity. One of the most captivating aspects of sea anemones is their ability to form symbiotic relationships. These partnerships allow them to thrive. Perhaps the most famous partnership in the ocean is that between sea anemones and clownfish. This relationship was popularized by the animated film Finding Nemo. But the real-life partnership is even more fascinating than what was portrayed on screen. Clownfish are one of the few species that can swim among the anemone's stinging tentacles without getting hurt. This immunity is due to a special mucus coating on the clownfish's skin that prevents the anemone's stingers, called nematocysts, from firing. But how does this partnership work? And why is it so essential? The anemone provides the clownfish with a safe home. Its stinging tentacles protect the clownfish from predators that might otherwise make an easy meal out of them. In return, the clownfish provides the anemone with food by bringing in small morsels and cleaning away debris. The constant movement of the clownfish also helps increase water circulation around the anemone, which is crucial for its health. Here's an interesting fact: studies have shown that clownfish living with anemones grow faster and live longer than those without this relationship. This is because the anemone provides a stable microhabitat, shielding the clownfish from harsh currents and aggressive predators. It's nature's perfect example of a win-win situation. But the story doesn't stop there. Sea anemones are master collaborators and have formed unique alliances with other creatures in the ocean. One lesser-known but equally fascinating partnership is between sea anemones and hermit crabs. In this relationship, certain hermit crabs attach sea anemones to their shells as a form of protection. The anemone's stinging tentacles deter predators, such as octopuses and fish, from attacking the crab. In return, the anemone benefits from being carried around, gaining access to more food particles that float by, and increasing its chances of finding a mate. During one of my expeditions in the coastal waters of the Philippines, I witnessed an incredible scene. We watched as a hermit crab, its shell covered with 2 small sea anemones, was being pursued by a hungry octopus. As the octopus reached out with its tentacle, the anemones released a barrage of stings, forcing the octopus to retreat. It was like watching a tiny battle unfold, a testament to the power of symbiosis in the wild. But wait, there's more. Another fascinating relationship is that between sea anemones and cleaner shrimps. Cleaner shrimps, known for their ability to remove parasites and dead skin from fish, sometimes take up residence among the tentacles of sea anemones. Some species of cleaner shrimps even perform a sort of dance to attract fish to their cleaning stations. Imagine tiny shrimps waving their antennae and swaying back and forth, almost like beckoning customers to their underwater spa. These anemone-topped crabs are a perfect example of how survival in the ocean often depends on forming the right alliances. The hermit crab gains protection, while the anemone enjoys free transportation and access to food in new areas. It's a relationship built on trust and mutual benefit, proving that sometimes it pays to have a little help from your friends. An unlikely dance, cleaner shrimps and sea anemones. But sea anemones aren't just friends with fish and crabs. They also partner with some of the ocean's best cleaners, shrimp. Cleaner shrimps, known for their dazzling colors and agile movements, often take refuge among the tentacles of sea anemones. Here, they perform a service that is in high demand in the marine world: parasite removal. Imagine being a fish swimming through the open ocean. You're covered in tiny parasites that itch and drain your energy. You spot the waving antennae of a cleaner shrimp and swim in for a spa day. The shrimp quickly gets to work, removing parasites and dead skin. In exchange, the shrimp gets a meal, while the sea anemone benefits from any leftover scraps. Did you know, cleaner shrimps are so dedicated to their job that they'll perform a little dance to attract clients? The rhythmic swaying of their bodies and antennae is like an underwater neon sign that says, "Open for business." It's a partnership that's as entertaining as it is effective. Hidden helpers, the microscopic algae inside sea anemones. But let's zoom in even closer, down to the microscopic level. Sea anemones have partners you can't see with the naked eye, tiny algae called zooxanthellae that live within their tissues. These algae are the secret behind the anemone's bright colors and their survival in nutrient-poor waters. Through the process of photosynthesis, these microscopic organisms convert sunlight into energy, producing sugars that help the anemone grow. In return, the algae get a safe place to live and access to sunlight. It's a win-win situation that allows sea anemones to thrive in environments where food is scarce. Story highlight: during a research trip to the Caribbean, I was stunned to find sea anemones thriving in areas with almost no available nutrients. It turns out that these anemones had formed especially strong bonds with their microscopic algae partners, allowing them to survive in what seemed like underwater deserts. The pirate of the sea slug that steals anemone weapons. Now, let's dive into one of the strangest stories of symbiosis in the ocean. Enter the aeolid nudi branch, a type of sea slug that has discovered a way to turn the tables on sea anemones. These slugs feed on sea anemones, but instead of being stung, they absorb the anemone's stinging cells and store them in their own tissues. It's like a pirate stealing cannons from a ship and using them for their own defense. The nudi branch becomes a walking fortress, protected by the very weapons of its prey. This kind of biological adaptation is one of the most astonishing feats of nature. Sea anemones have some truly bizarre abilities. Imagine you're diving, and you notice an anemone is missing from its usual spot. It turns out, these creatures can crawl if they feel threatened or if conditions change. Yes, they can uproot themselves and slowly move to a new location. While this is rare, it shows just how adaptable these creatures can be. Some species can even reproduce by splitting themselves in half, a process called binary fission. It's like a self-cloning trick that allows them to create identical copies of themselves, ensuring their survival in harsh environments. But what happens when you dive deeper into the ocean, where sunlight never reaches? Can sea anemones survive in such a hostile, cold, and dark environment? Yes, they can. In fact, some species have adapted to live near hydrothermal vents, where temperatures can reach up to 400 degrees Celsius, 750 degrees Fahrenheit. These anemones thrive on the nutrients released by the vents and have even developed relationships with deep-sea bacteria that convert chemicals into energy, a process known as chemosynthesis. I once had the privilege of exploring the deep waters off the coast of Costa Rica, where we encountered giant white sea anemones clustered around a hydrothermal vent. Despite the pitch-black darkness and the intense heat, these resilient creatures were thriving, using their tentacles to capture tiny particles drifting through the water. As we continue to explore and understand these incredible creatures, it's essential to remember that sea anemones are vulnerable to climate change, ocean acidification, and pollution. Rising temperatures and ocean acidity can bleach and kill these creatures, much like their coral cousins. However, there's hope. Conservation efforts are underway to protect marine ecosystems, and researchers are discovering ways to help these creatures adapt. But the first step is awareness. So, what can we learn from the sea anemone? Beyond their beauty, these creatures teach us about resilience, adaptation, and the power of partnerships. In a world where collaboration is key to survival, the sea anemone and its allies show us that even the smallest creatures can thrive through cooperation. As we face our own challenges in protecting our planet, let's take inspiration from the sea anemones and their symbiotic relationships. The oceans are filled with secrets waiting to be discovered, but it's up to us to protect them.